Good morning everyone. Today we are going to see another new topic in Python, that is dictionaries. Dictionary is also another data type in Python. Like how we have discussed tuple, list, strings, here we are going to discuss today one more new data type in Python, that is dictionary. Dictionary is similar to how we have a dictionary in our home. So what we'll do is, if we want to search any term, we will go and search in the dictionary. That is similar to that, we can also use dictionary in Python. So dictionary is nothing but it is a collection of indices which are called as keys and a collection of values. Suppose if you are going to a library, if you want to access any book, so how do you access? So you will have a library book name or otherwise author name. So using that, you will go and search in that particular rack. Likewise, for every book, there will be some book ID will be given. So using that book ID, you can able to access that book. Similar way, in Python also, if you want to create any dictionary, so you have to create a key and a value. So if you want to access the value, you cannot directly access the value. You can access only with the help of a key. That is what we are going to implement in Python. So dictionary is mutable. So mutable means you can able to change the elements inside the dictionary. That is called mutable. So each key is associated with a single value. So you cannot associate multiple values. You can associate only one single value with each key. And the pair, that is a key and a value, they are called as key value pair. Okay. Next is creating dictionary. So now I am going to tell you how to create a dictionary in Python. So for that, I have opened a Spyder software. I have already done these programs in Python. Okay, so first we will see this. Suppose if you want to create an empty dictionary, so you can give it like this. D will be equal to empty parenthesis print of key. That means it will create a empty dictionary. So dictionary is created with the help of curly braces. List, it is enclosed within square bracket. If you want to create a tuple, it will be enclosed in parenthesis. Suppose if you want to create a dictionary, then it will be enclosed within curly braces. So if you want to create an empty dictionary, then you can create like this. The variable name will be equal to the curly braces. So when you run this program here in the console, you will get the output. Since I have given print of D, it is giving the output as null. Now I am going to tell you how to create a dictionary with the elements. See, this is a comment line. Comment line, if you want to comment multiple lines, then you can use these 3 quotes at the start of the comment line, and at the end you can use 3 single quotes. Suppose if you want to comment a single line, means you can use hash symbol. So here what I have done is I have created 3 elements inside this dictionary with a key and also a value. So key over here is name and the value is Sachin. The next element key value is age, the value is 15, and the key value is class and the value is first. So here you can come to know that it can be the key and also the values can be string, or it can be an integer, or it can be a floating point number. Suppose if it is a string, means you can enclose within a single quote, or otherwise you can enclose within the double quotes. So on the key and the value, it should be separated by colon. And one element and other, when you are separating with the next element, it should be separated with comma. So print of D, it will create a name Sachin dictionary with all these elements. Okay. Now I can also create a dictionary like this. You can see this. I'm uncommenting this line, these 2 lines. So this will be printed on screen. You can see this. D will be equal to dict of. Dict is a keyword which is also used to create a dictionary. So you can use curly braces, simply curly braces to create a dictionary, or you can use dict. Dict is a keyword which is available in Python. Using this also, you can also create a dictionary. So within enclosed parenthesis, then you can create one curly braces and you can name that 1 is a key and the value is apple, 2 is a key and the value is mango. Print of D will print the values over here. 1 apple, 2 mango. Okay. So this is how you can create your dictionary. Next, we are going to see how to access the elements inside your dictionary. Dictionary is an ordered data type. We can't access using index operator. You can use keys of operator or get of operator to access the elements. So let's see with this. So how to access the elements inside your dictionary. So I'll clear the screen here. Okay. So now I have created, see here I have created a dictionary with D will be equal to name, Sachin, age is 25. I'm closing this curly braces. Now print of D will print the dictionary. Okay, so when I run this program, it will print this dictionary. Now what I have to do is I want to access the values here, the Sachin and 25. Okay, the key is name and age, value Sachin and 25. I want to get the value Sachin and 25 to be displayed. So for this, I have to use D of name, D of age. That means you have to mention the key. So when you mention the key, it will give you the corresponding value. So when you give D of age, it will give you 25. So this is how you can get your values inside your dictionary. See here, Sachin is displayed and then 25. Or otherwise, you can use a method called get method. So for this get method, you can use it like this. For that, you have to use a dot operator. D is the dictionary name. D dot get of name. D dot get of age. That means you have to mention the key part over here. When you mention the key part, it will get the value part of the corresponding key. So this is also another way of displaying your values. See, Sachin and 25 is also displayed over here. So you can create, as I told you, like you cannot access with the help of indexing, like suppose indexing values 0 usually in tuples or otherwise in other list. How do you access all the elements by using an indexing operator? So you'll be giving 0, 1, 2, 3. So when you want to access second element, you have to give D of 1. But here you cannot access like this. But if you want to access, you have to mention your key part. D, this square bracket, then you have to mention the key part over here. Or otherwise, we can use a get method. Okay. Is it okay, students? Next, I'm going to give you one more example over here. My dict, I'm having name as Sachin, age 7 I have created, class I have created first. Okay, you can see this. I have created class first over here. Next is print of my dict. It will print first. I'll clear the screen over here. Okay. So you can, when you print this value, you will get name as Sachin, age 7, and class and first. So I have told you like you can use by two ways. One is by using key. So that means you have to mention the variable name my dict. Within the square bracket, you have to mention the key part, name, age and class. If you give this, you will get the corresponding Sachin, 7 and first. Or otherwise, I can use it like this, like my dict dot get of name, my dict dot get of age, my dict dot get of class. So when you run this program, you can see this Sachin, 7 and first is the output for these three print lines, and the next three outputs are the outputs of the next three print lines. I think you all understood how to access the dictionary values. Okay. Next, we proceed on to the next topic, that is adding or modifying the entries in dictionary. As we all know, it is a mutable. So you can able to add or modify the entries. So for adding a new entry, you have to use D of key will be equal to element. So the same operator, equal to operator, is used for adding and also for modifying. Okay. We will see this. So for adding the dictionary. So I'll clear the screen here. So you can see this D equal to 1 apple, 2 mango, 3 orange. So I have created 3 elements with a key and also a value. So keys are 1, 2 and 3. The values are apple, mango and orange. Now print of D will print. So I'll run this program here. I'll comment this. When you run this program, you can see this 1 apple, 2 mango, 3 orange is displayed. Now I want to create a new element inside your dictionary. 4, which is the key is 4 and its corresponding value is grades. So if I give print of D, when I run this program, what will you get? You will get 1 apple, 2 mango, 3 orange, 4 grapes you will get. Okay, now I want to do, this is how you have to add your elements. Suppose you want to change instead of grapes. See here, 4 I have set the value as grapes. But now I want to change this value to some other value like banana. So for that also same thing you have to use. D of 4 will be equal to the new updated value banana. So when you give print of D, you will get the answer like this. So first initially it was 1 apple, 2 mango, 3 orange. Next when you add a new element you will get 4 grapes. When you update it you will get 4 banana. Okay. I think you all understood this program. Next we proceed. This is how you have to add or modify the entries in dictionary. Next is modifying. Last topic is deleting a dictionary. Before going to deleting, I'll tell you how to traverse inside your dictionary. So I'll clear the screen now. So for traversing, I have created a dictionary like this. D will be equal to 1, ONE1, 2, the value is 2, 3, the value is 3. For I in D, that means you can use a for loop for traversing the entries in dictionary. So I can use a value called variable called I over here. So for I in D colon, print of I comma D of I. That means it will print the corresponding key part. I means 1. D of I, D of 1 is ONE1. So next time it goes to the second entry, it will get the I will get the value 2. So when you print this I, you will get 2. D of 2 is nothing but TWO. Third time it will get I will get the value 3. Print of I is 3. D of 3 is THREE. So when you run this program, you will get 1, 2, 3 and its corresponding values. Is it okay? So now we know how to access a dictionary, how to create a dictionary, access the elements inside, adding and also modifying, traversing. At last we are going to see deleting a dictionary. So here you can see this. I have created a dictionary like this. 1A, 2B, 3C, 4D, 5E. Print of yes. Okay, let me clear the screen here. So when you run this, you are getting this dictionary elements. Now I want to remove a particular item inside your dictionary or entry. So for that you can use a method called pop. So the dictionary name is yes. Yes dot pop of 3. The corresponding key part you have to mention here. So which I want to delete this entry called 3C. So I am mentioning the key part over here 3. So yes dot pop of 3 will remove that particular item. That means it will remove the key and also its corresponding value also. Print of yes. You can see this. Initially it was 1A, 2B, 3C, 4D, 5E. Then after removing it, I'll get 1A, 2B, 3C is being removed. So it is displaying 4D and 5E. Okay. This is how you have to remove a particular entry. Now I want to remove an arbitrary item. That means the last item. That means you can give yes dot pop item of. Okay. That means it will remove the last added element inside your dictionary. You can see this is the order, right? So 1A, 2B, 4D, 5E. So from this, which is the lastly added? 5E is the lastly added. So it will remove this element from your dictionary. So when you run this, you will get it on the screen. See here, 1A, 2B, 3C, 4D, 5E was initially it was there. Next I was having 1A, 2B, 3C is removed. So I am having this. Now it is removing 5E. So I am getting at last 1A, 2B and 4D. Okay. So now I want to clear all the elements. I don't want any elements inside my dictionary. So I can use clear. S dot clear of. Print of yes. You can see this. So when I run this program, I am getting at last null elements. I am not having any elements inside the dictionary. Now I want to delete the dictionary itself. So in that case, you can use simply the keyword called DEL. DEL is print of yes will delete that dictionary itself. You can see this. So when I print this yes, it is giving you an error. Okay. These are the various ways of deleting. That means we have seen so many versions of deleting a particular item or deleting an arbitrary item or removing all the elements. At last, if you want to delete a dictionary, you can use these methods. So I think that you all have understood all the concepts in dictionary. So I have told you about how to create a dictionary, accessing elements, adding a dictionary, traversing a dictionary, and at last I have told you about deleting a dictionary. Thank you all for watching.